And now, your First Alert 5 weather.
Welcome back, everyone. Big picture weather-wise is this large dome of high pressure expanding over parts of the Four Corners region, Colorado, and that's our fair weather maker. So that brings dry skies to the forecast, at least for the next couple of days. Before we get to those drier looking hotter days, let's recap some of that rainfall we saw back in May and June. Unbelievable amounts of water for the Pikes Peak region. Then we started to dry things out with below average rainfall both July and August. So far, 6 days into September, no sign of any rain. Now, all that said, we're still well above average for the entire year, already seeing more than 22 inches of rain, on target to be one of the top 10 wettest years at the Colorado Springs Airport. Now, Pueblo, you've seen above average precip as well, and right now you're pretty close to the annual average, and it's only early September. But in comparison to the Springs, June and May were not nearly as wet, although June was our wettest one with nearly 4 inches of rain at the airport. And then you can see those rainfall amounts certainly tapered off as we made our way deeper into the summer months. In terms of rain today, not going to see it. Instead, like what we talked about at the top of the newscast, it's that haze and smoke. It's sort of a little bit hazy and dusty out there in some areas. Air quality alerts in effect until 4 o'clock this afternoon due to wildfires burning up in Canada and northern parts of the U.S. Hot and dry conditions expected throughout the rest of the week, and then we'll see unsettled conditions develop, especially as we head towards the second half of the weekend. Take a look at Futurecast throughout the rest of the afternoon hours. It's pretty comfortable now, but it is going to get hotter as we make our way towards the middle of the day. We'll see some 80s and lower 90s in the plains, mostly 70s out across the mountains and mountain valleys with just a few fair weather clouds, but no sign of any precip or thunderstorms in that First Alert 5 forecast. Now, late this week, high pressure, as I mentioned, will dominate the weather picture here, and this brings in a sinking air mass, which basically doesn't allow for any clouds or thunderstorms to develop when you're near or below that ridge of high pressure. So we'll call it dry, we'll call it hot until that ridge breaks down late this weekend. We're not expecting any significant change in the weather pattern. Take a look at the 3-day precipitation graphic. This would take us through Friday night. Yeah, proof is in the pudding here. Models not showing any sign of any measurable rainfall through the end of the week. And I think we'll stay dry through Saturday as well here in Colorado Springs. Sunday, a bit of a transition day as we'll see northwest flow develop and a series of fronts that'll move across the area. Now, what looks certain at this point is some much cooler weather by early next week, but still a little unsure with the exact timing of these fronts and which days may be the wettest. For now, I think Monday to Tuesday probably our best chances for rain over the next 7. Here's a look at today's daytime highs. Still some daytime heating to go. I think we'll see 90s around Pueblo and La Junta, 84 today in the Springs, jumping up to 90 tomorrow, and then hovering in the upper 80s Friday to Saturday. Again on Sunday, a late weekend cold front brings in some changes with the potential for some showers and thunderstorms. In Pueblo, I have 90s throughout the next 4 days. Probably Saturday better than Sunday, because by Sunday we'll watch the potential for some showers and storms. Then by Tuesday, a high of just 75. Canyon City got 80s and 90s through the weekend, 70s to make our way into early next week. Woodland Park, we're dry through Saturday. Afternoon showers and storms developing Sunday. That continues into early next week. By Tuesday, a high of just 63 degrees. Stick with us. We'll have more coming up on News 5 at noon right after the break.